How we feeling out there tonight? Honestly, I'm feeling good. It's the first day of Summerween, and I am thrilled. So I have decided to daily vlog this experience. I decided that I'm going to just have a delightful, spooky, fall-themed time in the middle of July. Hope you're excited about it. Today, I'm going to be reading The Diviners by Libba Bray. I don't know if I'm going to finish this one today, and I might end up reading something else in addition to this book, but this is what I'm starting with, and I'm 15% in? Okay, maybe I'm not 15% in. I'm 13% in, and it's fucking good. Okay, so for context, I read this book, I want to say in 2013. I don't actually know when it came out, but I read it right when it came out. I was in high school and I hated it. I think I gave it 2 stars. I think I was stupid. I don't think I understood the actual like social commentary and commentary on like the racism of the time. I think I just thought that this was like boring flapper shit, which is, you know, kind of valid, I guess, because I like wasn't really into the 20s when I read this, and I'm still not really into the 20s as like a time period to read about. But I think if anyone is going to make me like the 20s, it's going to be Libba Bray, and I just feel like I keep seeing people read this book. One of our lovely co-hosts for this, Miss Latte, loves The Diviners, so I was just inspired by her to pick this one up. So that's what I'm starting off this readathon with. I feel like I haven't really given y'all much context beyond like just kind of being excited for this. I just feel like I haven't really read any thrillers this year. I was doing kind of like a little spreadsheet on what books that I've read so far this year, and I realized I really have not read any like thrillers, horror, whatever. I miss it. I kind of miss it. So I decided Summerween would be a good time to do that. I might also read some like dark and or spooky romances this week, or however long this readathon lasts. Not really trying to stick to the prompts or themes, but really my goal this week is just to have fun and read with y'all. I was going back through my spookathon vlogs from like 2019, and I was realizing how much fun I have with daily vlogging, so I just figured I would do it again. Hope y'all are having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. I just had a spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's, which I would recommend if you have not tried it. The sun is shining, my air conditioning's working. I feel lucky to be alive today. As far as plans go, the only thing that I really want to get accomplished today is to paint my nails black in kind of honor of this spooky readathon. I've kind of given up on trying to like make these vlogs exciting beyond reading because my life's not exciting, and you know what, that's okay. I will be probably doing a time lapse of my nails. I think my sister also might be coming over today, but that's where I'm at. I'll keep you posted on The Diviners though. Actually, why don't we talk about it now, because I'm, like I said, 13% in, and I really don't know where my head was at the first time I read this book, but it's entertaining as fuck. I put this on en route to McDonald's because McDonald's is not very close to my house, and genuinely just very tuned into it. Usually if I put an audiobook on in the car, I'm like, okay, but I'd rather listen to the new Doja Cat album. However, I'm having a good time. This one's good. So it's about Evie O'Neill, who is kind of shunned because she fucked up a little bit in her hometown of Ohio during the Prohibition era. So like not a great look, girl. So she has to go to New York to live with her uncle. Her idea is that she's just gonna be a bad bitch and like drink a lot and party and have a good time. And I'm assuming that's not gonna happen because it seems like murder is afoot, and she's gonna make some friends who also have like weird powers like her. She can like touch objects, I think, and know people's secrets, and some other characters we've met have other powers, you know, like maybe seeing the future or something. I don't know, but so far so good. I don't really remember much about the first time I read this book, but I'm just genuinely shocked that I didn't like it because so far so fucking good. Done rambling, gonna continue to drink my Coke, gonna go home, gonna paint my nails. I'm going to update you more on this book. Well, I feel like I spoke too soon about the nice weather. It is rainy and kind of dreary out, but I actually think that it lends itself well to Summerween, right? So now I'm about 30% into The Diviners by Libba Bray, and I'm still enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely slowing down quite a bit, and I think that is what bored me last time. I think I was just bored the first time I read this book, and there's enough commentary and enough stuff to get me interested and intrigued and want to continue to carry on with the story, but I really don't feel like this book needs to be quite as long as it is. There's been multiple times when I'm like, I think the mystery's ramping up, and then it just kind of like slows down. So someone has been murdered, and someone named, is it Dirty John? No, I feel like that's a modern day killer. Con man? Anyway, I'm liking it. It's good. I don't think I'm gonna read any more of it tonight, to be honest, but that's where I'm at with that book, and I'll probably try to get to the 50% mark before I talk to you next. which will be sometime tomorrow. Okay, but I did end up starting Murder's a Witch by Danielle Garrett. I was kind of feeling like I want to get into cozies, right? Started watching Spencer's channel. She talks a little bit about cozies. A little bit. I mean, she talks a lot about cozies. And I don't know, I was just inspired because I used to read cozies back in high school, middle school time, and I had no idea like what a cozy mystery was. I was reading True Blood, like Charlaine Harris's series, but she also has a couple of others that I consider to be even more like cozy mystery vibe stories. One's like Shakespeare-y. Those were both really good, and I was just like longing for more of those when I was younger, but I had no idea what to search up. Like I would just find mysteries and thrillers that were, you know, more traditional, and I couldn't find more of what I liked until I got onto BookTube and realized that like cozies are their own thing, which is awesome. And I don't have the opportunity, that's not true. I have the opportunity to read whatever I want, but I haven't been picking up cozies even though I've like had this desire in the back of my head to read them. So I ended up picking up this book and I don't know about it. Like it's fine. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I feel like with a cozy, I want like multiple descriptions of the cozy small town vibes. You know, I want the town to be very inviting. I want the people to be charming. And so far I'm not charmed, which sucks because this is supposed to be set in this little like harbor town. I think it's called like Beechwood Harbor. Let me confirm this. Yes, Beechwood Harbor. But I'm not getting any description of what that place is like. And I've met a couple of the townspeople, but I'm not super impressed. And that sucks because like this is supposed to be a paranormal cozy, which sounds so fun, right? Like our main character is a witch and she lives in this house with I think like a werewolf and like a ghost and some other sort of creatures. So I was expecting a lot more and I'm not really getting what I bargained for. There's a love interest already presented kind of out of nowhere for no reason, which I'm also not loving. So I don't know where to go from here. I'm not sure what I want to pick up next, but I think my goal for the rest of the night is to find something else to read, which sounds bad, but I just feel like having Diviners, I don't want to keep reading that right now, and I don't feel like this cozy is really doing it for me either. So maybe I had a brain blast. All right, I think I know what I want to read. I was just looking at the new ALCs from Libro FM, which are like the audiobook arcs, or like they're provided to influencers, I guess, graciously to us. I'm gonna try When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I've had this since, oh god, I don't even know when, for like way too long. Guess who likes this one? Miss Latte. She likes this one. And I just feel like I'm kind of in a horror mood. So let's try it. Let's give her a go. I'm gonna read this. I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to update you when I'm a little bit into it, like 20%. And then I'm going to go hang out with my sister because that's probably the only human contact I'm going to get for the next few days besides Hayden. So this is going to be a short vlog. Tomorrow will be a lot more, I'm not going to say exciting, but like it'll be longer. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'll be back when I have started When No One Is Watching. Okay, very good decisions were made today. When No One Is Watching, I'm 15% in and it's so good. And I feel like this needs to be required reading for any home flippers in Austin or any fast growing city. Already like hints of greatness. Okay, so this story is about a neighborhood in Brooklyn and our main character Sydney is a Brooklyn native, and in the opening of the story she is going on a tour of Brooklyn with this like group of white people, and the history of the city or like the borough, I guess, is not really being explored or talked about in a way that is actually like true. Sorry, my AC just kicked on. To have a borough that is historically black being talked about as if there were no black people ever there, fucked up, obviously. So Sydney wants to start her own tour. She like raises objections during the tour and she's like, hey, what about like these people who lived here, or what about this? And the tour guide's like, why don't you just start your own tour if you like don't like this one? And Sydney says, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do it. So she meets up with someone who has been living there for a long time, and I think maybe his wife was starting her own tour, or she just like had interest in the history of the borough, and Sydney is now kind of looking at it, and holy shit, it is a lot. I'm assuming we're gonna get some of the history of Brooklyn and kind of like how history repeats itself and like the horror behind that. I don't think I'm going to do this book justice in describing it, but wow, truly fantastic. And I'm a little disappointed in reading some of the reviews. Like I knew the reviews for this book were shitty, but this book is really fantastic, and just like the opening feels like a horror novel. I think maybe people went into this expecting it to be like a thriller. Honestly, 10 out of 10. So excited to finish this. I'm gonna document more of my feelings probably tomorrow because I like really definitely want to talk about this one. Again, not that I feel like I can offer like the best commentary, right? Like I'm white, and this story is about kind of the horror of gentrification and colonization and all of those things. But it's a fantastic book, so I do want to talk about it more. So I will meet up with y'all tomorrow talking about The Diviners, talking about When No One Is Watching, and then maybe I'll pick up another book too. I don't really feel like I'm going to pick up that witchy one on camera. I'll probably just tell y'all when I finish it and like let you know if it's worth reading or not, but like I just don't feel like any exciting commentary is going to come from that one. So that's where we're at. Hopefully you enjoyed this very, very short little vlog. There's going to be maybe a longer one tomorrow if I have things to say, but I kind of like this. I kind of like keeping it short and simple because I know I did like a poll on Instagram recently and asked you guys what sorts of things you like to watch on YouTube, specifically because I feel like I just don't watch as many book videos as I used to. I feel like I'm watching so much lifestyle content, like cleaning content, financial literacy type content, like that kind of stuff, and less so book stuff. So I was just curious to see like what y'all are watching right now, because it seems like views are also down across the board on YouTube. It seems like people are just like, you know, on other platforms like watching Netflix or watching TikTok. So I just wanted to see like what are people watching? What's the consensus about YouTube right now? What are y'all watching and not watching? All of this to say, a lot of you said you've been watching just comforting vlogs, and a lot of you also said that YouTube videos are getting too long for you now. Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just too long. So who knows, maybe this will be like perfectly sweet spot for video length. I don't know. Okay, I'm rambling at this point, but I love y'all so much. Thanks so much for watching, and until tomorrow.